What is up, guys? Beancrew49 here. We're back on the Desolation map. And I hope you guys can recognize this building in front of us. If you don't recognize this building, go back and watch yesterday's video. It's episode 142, and I answered the creative question of the week for you guys. And I had a lot of fun answering that question because it was a question that allowed me to dive deep. We went to the bottom of it, the bottom of the ocean. That's how deep we went yesterday. You know, I know that when you come to watch a Minecraft video, you're not necessarily trying to get that deep into anything, okay? But I think once in a while it's good to have that kind of discussion and discourse. And, you know, if you disagree with the things I said in Monday's video, that's your right. You're a human being, and you're a different human being than me. We're all different. We all have different opinions. So don't look down on me if you don't share the same opinion as me. Just accept that we're different people, and, you know, we think different ways, okay? So, yeah, today we're going to be working on... Oh, yeah, don't forget to leave a creative question, because I love these questions, guys. I just love answering these questions, reading these questions. I love everything about these questions. The more creative you can make it, the better it is. So don't forget to leave a creative question. One more last thing I want to talk about before I get into talking about this build is I started a bunch of playlists. Yeah, I was going through my channel. It's kind of hard. You know, the Desolation series is just episode after episode of daily Minecraft. We're up to 183 now. And it's just, I'm just cranking them out, churning them out. So sometimes it's kind of hard to filter through and, you know, view the videos that you want to see. So I made a Bean Around the World playlist, of course. There's only one video in that. But that'll grow every Sunday when I add a new video. But the other thing is I added a PvP playlist. So if you're into the PvP, you can now watch that playlist and just see all the PvP games that we had. From Danlags to Big B Stacks to IGL Zenix to Juicy Taz and everyone who's joined us for all the PvP. That's where you're going to go to see those. So be sure to check out those playlists. They're pretty cool. I actually like to watch it a lot. Believe it or not, you know, when I watch my own videos, I find the build videos pretty boring, and I really like the PvP videos. I know it's kind of strange to say I watch my own videos, but I do. And it's it's not really entertainment to me, because I made them, I know exactly what's going to happen, but it's more to, like, see where I can improve and what I did well and what I didn't do so well. But the PvP videos for me are way more entertaining. Based on views, you guys don't feel that way as a whole, but that's alright. I'm going to keep making the videos that I want to make. And I really enjoy playing and making PvP videos. I mean, they take longer to make. They're more stressful to make. They take up more hard drive space, which I am running out of. And you guys don't watch them as much. It kind of sucks for me, because that's what I really enjoy doing. But that's okay. Like I said, I'm going to continue making the videos that I want to make. Alright, so check out the playlist. We're working on the CoCo Jail. That's right, we've given it a name. This is the Coveton County Jail. I'm going to be calling it from here on out the CoCo Jail. Now, it doesn't sound very intimidating. You know, two gangsters are talking to each other like, "Hey, Rogue, where you been at?" Like, "Yo, dog, I've been at CoCo." I've been at CoCo all night. Oh, man. Yeah, it's not the most, like, intimidating name, but I like it. I don't know why I like it. It's like the chimp. CoCo the chimp. CoCo Jail. So what I'm going to be doing for you guys today is I'm in fast forward motion, as you can tell already, and I'm going to be working on the lobby. Now, I have not spent a lot of time in jails, nor do I plan on spending much time in jails. Not the place you want to get familiar with. So, as I do, I went to the Google again, and I just researched pictures, basically, and just looked at all the county jails. Most of them have very little flair. They're very utilitarian. They're very, you know, there's not much to look at in there. There's some benches to sit down. There's a desk where you're going to go talk to people. And then there's the prisoner processing, basically. That's what this thing is right here. This is where they're going to bring the prisoners. I'm not going to work on that side of the building yet, but this is where they're going to do, on the other side of this wall here, is where they're going to do all sorts of things. They take your fingerprints, where they take your picture, where they inspect your cavities. Oh, man. This is not a fun place, guys. You do not want to have cavities inspected. Trust me, it's not fun. Not even by a doctor. Not fun, okay? What else do they do? What else? They give you your clothes, and then they send you upstairs, and you become part of the population. They give you a number, and that's where you're going to spend the majority of your time for the next however long it is. Okay, so we're not going to get to all that today. I'm just going to do the main lobby. So I'm going to work a little bit on the prisoner processing booth, which is what I'm doing right here. Now, I'm not going to be doing fine details. The way I operate in Minecraft, you guys know this by now, but I'll explain it again. The way I operate is I do things in waves. The first wave is this wave. This is the first wave. This is what you're seeing right now. This is the raw. This is like planning things out, where things are going to go. A lot of these blocks are holder blocks until I can come back and add detail. So this is sort of like a rough draft. You know, for anyone who's had to write an essay, if you do it properly, I know that a lot of you guys turning your first drafts, you know, as school is starting, guys. And as a writer, as an English major, as a person who loves the written word, if you guys are turning in your first drafts and handing them to your teacher, you should be ashamed of yourselves. No good has come from turning in a first draft. I'm telling you right now. I'm not trying to say this because I want you to do more work. I'm saying this because I want you to do the best work you possibly can. Sure, turning in your first draft is simple. It's easy. You have this stream of consciousness, you put it on the page, and you put your name on it, you turn it in, you never have to think about it again. And you get a C. And C is passing. And C is passing. But if you care about the things you create, like I do, I care about Desolation, so I will never present a first draft as a finished product. Never. Just never. Because it represents me. And I want to be represented in the best way possible. If I show someone incomplete work and I say, this is my best effort, that reflects poorly on me. That person thinks less of me. And that person doesn't want to give me a chance in the future to redeem myself. You know what I mean? So, you know, first impressions are very strong. And first drafts are very weak. So keep that in mind, okay, guys? First drafts are weak. You haven't checked for spelling. You haven't checked for flow. And one thing I can help you guys with on your essays, I know school's starting for a lot of you right now, and you're going to have to start doing essays and papers and all that sort of thing that you haven't done for 3 months. But some advice I can give you guys for your essays or for your papers or for whatever report you're going to do is, the most important thing, in my opinion, is flow. How the sentences flow into each other, how it works together, how it sounds when it is read. And the way you can improve your flow, I'm telling you guys, you have to trust me on this. Read your paper out loud to yourself. If you have a problem reading your paper out loud to yourself, then the flow is not there. If it just comes off the tongue, you don't really have to stutter or stammer or like, you know, stop for any reason, then you know that you've done a good job. And this just comes from experience. You know, when you hear someone tell a story, sometimes they tell it very well, and like there's no time for you to pause and think about other things because they're telling the story so well. But if you have some glaring error in your story, then the listener will stop listening to your story, focus on that error, and then their mind wanders, and then they don't hear the rest of the story. So you want your paper to be flawless, you want it to flow, you want it to sound nice when the teacher is reading it. Sometimes it doesn't matter what is said in the paper, as long as it sounds good. As long as it sounds good, then your teacher will enjoy it. And if your teacher enjoys it, then you're going to get a good grade, okay? Teachers are people too. You know, can you imagine having to read 30 unpolished first drafts? You'd go crazy. You'd go crazy. You know, your English teachers have dedicated their lives to reading and writing, and then they have to read 30 first drafts from kids. It's got to be torture. I imagine it's a form of torture that we should probably be doing to Arabic teachers on ISIS or something. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just don't. Anyway, I'm doing the ceiling here. But I went off on a tangent, didn't I? What kind of tangent was that? Started talking about papers. Anyway, as you can tell, this is my first draft, and I am presenting it to you, which is basically breaking what I just said, just counteracting everything I just said. But I'm showing you this not to show you a finished product. I keep messing that word up. Not to show you a finished product, but to show you how we arrive at the finished product. To show you how we revise and we keep adding and adding and adding layers until all these layers, come up to make one amazing room. Oh, this room is amazing. That adjective is just terrible. Amazing. It doesn't mean anything. Amazement is so cliche. Like, what amazes you these days? I don't even know. I gotta stop using that word. That's my go-to word if I can't think of another word. It's bad, guys. It's bad. I do it all the time. And I'm the person who should be using the most variety in adjectives. Really. I really should. Anyway, so adding and adding. You start with some 4 walls and a floor, and you just keep adding stuff. A lot of people in Minecraft kind of do bare bones type work. They'll do a chair, a table, and they won't add those fine details that you might find. Something on the table, perhaps. A chair not exactly where it should be. A lot of times, yes, you will go into a home, and the dining room tables, chairs will all be in line where everyone should sit. A lot of the time, yes. But sometimes there's chairs everywhere. Sometimes they're knocked over. And that's the part of life that I want to bring to this Desolation map. And there's been looting, there's been scavenging and rioting and fighting and all sorts of things that happen in the Armageddon. And that's going to, cause things to go everywhere. But, even if I was building this map perfectly, like nothing bad had ever happened, I would still put stuff out of place. I really would. Because that's how people live. Not everyone has a maid that comes over and adjusts the chairs in the right position every day. Okay, you know what I mean? Alright, so let's work on this sign a little bit. You'll see me put these 3 blocks out a lot of the time. This is me gauging where to put letters. I do 3x3 letters if I can get away with it. If I have a lot more space, I'll do bigger letters. But 3x3 is pretty much the smallest you can get letters without looking really strange. So I like to plan it out that way. If you're going to be doing letters, always plan ahead. Always. Because you don't want to have to do this again. So that's why I put those 3 blocks there, just to show me where the letter's going to be, so I can center it, and I can make sure it fits where I want them to go. This is the CoCo Jail. CoCo. I'm going to do some more work on this front facade, but I just wanted to put CoCo Jail in here just really quickly, just because I wanted you guys to know. So this J, I've never done a J like this, but I kind of like the way it came out. See that J? I like it. That's a pretty cool J. Whenever you experiment with something and you get something new after doing something the same way for months and months and months, it's a good feeling. It's like you've discovered something pretty cool, and you can use it in the future to help you. So I got a new J, guys. Isn't that cool? Alright, we're wrapping up here. We're getting close to the end. I'm going to put a front door on it. I have a lot of work to do here. This is the first draft. I have a lot of floors to do, but I think it's going to be fast-paced because I'm feeling inspired. Remember, guys, I said I wasn't inspired to do this, but I'm feeling it now. So we're going to get a lot of this jail done soon, hopefully, because I cannot wait to PvP. The PvP in this will be off the chain. Alright, so I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for sharing, for liking, for leaving your creative questions of the week. I hope school isn't stressing you out. Don't turn in any first drafts. You heard it here first, guys. Okay? Take it from me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Happy Minecrafting. Peace.